Today we're going to be talking about suppliers and finding the perfect supplier for your wedding. I cannot stress enough to all my clients the importance of quality, the importance of making sure that you have that special connection or that vibe with your supplier, because at the end of the day they're now coming onto your love train or your journey, so they also need to be on board with you as a couple. They need to understand your needs and your wants, and they need to be able to execute it. I've seen time and time again where people, they go for cheaper kind of suppliers and the end result is not always the best result. You know, I've had 2 wedding clients now where I've recommended a photographer to them and they've bypassed it, and then they've gone for somebody who's either a family friend or, you know, I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, but, you know, they've gone for someone who has less experience in wedding photography, and their pictures didn't turn out great. So that's just something that I would like to stress, the importance of actually finding people who have the right qualifications, the right attitude, the right understanding. You know, not everyone has that eye for detail, and it's so important. Tips on actually now starting to build your wedding. So for me, I would always say start off, so you've got your budget. Hopefully you've written down your budget and you've kind of set aside money for suppliers and your vendors. 5 most important things for weddings: a photographer, food, entertainment, a videographer, and sometimes decorations. Like, I know decorations is very key and everyone wants to have that lavish kind of wedding. You can, but if your budget is not permitting, that's why I say sometimes decorations, I put that as my 5th one, because at the end of the day you can have a really nice wedding with very simple, elegant kind of decor. But if you have a really amazing intimate wedding but your photographer ruins your pictures or your videographer ruins your video, like, those are your memories that you're going to keep for the rest of your life, and this is for you to share with your kids or, you know, your family in the future. And if the pictures are not that great, what was the point of spending that money? So that's why I say, you know, your videographer, your photographer, your food, your entertainment, and your decor are the 5 most important things when it comes to vendor finding. When it comes to a videographer as well, make sure that your videographer knows your vibe, is passionate about, you know, storytelling, because I've met some videographers who, you know, they do this as a side hustle. It's not something that they're passionate about. Their turnaround time for work is quite long, so, and then it gets really frustrating to the point where you're thinking, you know, you've made me wait like 4 or 5 months for this video, and then when I do receive it, there's so many changes that I need to add, because you're not as passionate as someone who is wholly, solely, you know, into their work. So this is why it was so important at the beginning for me to tell you to start with a budget plan and a timeline and all of that. So now that you've got your budget, so now you have a rough figure of what you're kind of looking for when you're looking for food and drinks. So if you've budgeted 40% of your wedding budget on food and drinks, then obviously you can start meeting different suppliers who cater for your wedding. If it's a mixed heritage and cultures, then, you know, there are so many catering companies out there that offer fab food for such great prices. And again, I will do a video on food and drinks, but yeah, so I really want to strenulate to you guys the importance of picking the right suppliers, not price driven, not family and friend driven, something that is right for you as a couple. So something that makes you feel excited about your wedding, you know. So in terms of entertainment, so entertainment can be broken down into so many different things. There's DJs, there's live bands, there's your MC also falls in that category. Who's actually going to be ushering your wedding? Who's going to be the driving force on your actual wedding day? Who's going to be keeping your guests entertained? Who's going to let them know what's going on? So there's just so many different things. There's other things like dancers, singers, all that, but those are all extra factors, and if your budget permits it, go for it. But again, I will make a video on all of that. And then last and final would be your decorator. So in terms of decorations, so if again your budget permits it and you've got £10,000 to spare on decor, go for it. Like I'm not knocking anyone's hustle, you know, go and pay that £10,000 for that luxe decor. But at the same time, I want you guys to be realistic. I want you to know that silk flowers are just as expensive as real flowers. Things are not what they seem anymore. So what you see on Pinterest and what you see on Instagram, they all have hefty price tag, like, you know, centerpieces and all that. So when we start doing shopping around and stuff with my clients, you know, the average price is about £25. And if you've got what, 12 tables, you know, that's £250 on centerpieces. So that's what I'm saying. So that's a centerpiece that builds, and then you've got your table linens, you've got your chairs, you've got your cutlery, you've got your all of that then starts adding up. If you've gone for a venue that's just dry hire, you're also bringing that in. That's where the cost starts adding up. So this is what I like to say to people. Always have your budget. Your budget should be your Bible. When you are getting married, that budget that you started with, don't stray from it. Make sure you negotiate, but don't compromise on quality. Do not, whatever you do not compromise on that quality, because at the end of the day, price is not a reflection of quality, and quality is not a reflection of price either. So you can find someone who has been in this game for 5 years, but the quality of their stuff is not that great. I have met suppliers who come with crease tablecloths to a wedding. I've also met people who will upsell you things, right? And then on the day when you're now unboxing everything and you're thinking, wow, this is not what I asked for, but it's too late. So things like that, where, you know, I like to call them too many aunties, only because, you know, this is a hobby to them. This isn't something that they're not passionate about. I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, but it's always so important when it comes to decoration to have that decor meeting, to meet them beforehand, to see the products that you're actually going to get on your wedding day, to make sure that you're not going to have any nasty surprises. Are you the type of couples that would need someone to help you, like a wedding planner, a coordinator? You know, that's something that you also need to factor in. I was speaking to another wedding planner, and, you know, we were saying that there are people out there who are willing to charge £500 to do coordination. And unfortunately, you know, coordination is tough. It's not something that, you know, it should be taken lightly. If you want someone who's good, someone who knows what they're doing, you shouldn't be charging £500, because at the end of the day, it's something that you've mastered. It's a craft. It's organising 300-400 people, the bride's family, the groom's family. You know, you have to be looking for a wedding planner or a coordinator. It's also good to find out, like, what service or how they would operate with you guys. Like, do they understand your culture? Like, I cannot extenuate the importance of having a good relationship with whoever you're going to be working with. They need to understand you guys as a couple. Like, it's so important, because this, at the end of the day, is your guys' story. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you found some of the key points useful. Some of the things that you guys need to start doing and start looking for need to start happening now. But again, like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you would like to see next. And it's 38 degrees and it's really hot. So yeah, thank you guys.